These are the super rare NBA moments that happen once in a million.
Adams going long, Moran!
And at number 20, we're starting strong with a rare sight. LeBron missing a shot. What? But there's more.
You just attack the basket. James catches, puts up a three. One go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Are you kidding me? What a shot! From Ray Allen's shot there, the Heat were able to win the game in overtime and give LeBron his second NBA ring. It's pretty clear why the guy in the next clip doesn't have a ring.
The floor, and it's a deflection by Ruffin. And the play continues. Peterson got it! I don't believe it! I don't believe it!
Apparently, the guy who threw it up in the air was just trying to burn clock, but it didn't go as intended, to say the least. His shots did go intended at 18. This man couldn't stop making it.
Telling him to get out of his way. Lillard on a three. And he hits!
Oh my goodness.
Lillard. Steps back, fires. Puts it in again.
Oh my goodness.
Slow this guy down. Lillard launches. He banks it in. Wow.
He scored 55 points and made 2 buzzer beaters in a row, and his team still didn't win. Give this man some help. God damn. You know who didn't need any help because he's a one-man army? Tracy McGrady. And at number 17, he scored 13 points in 33 seconds. What?
Which obviously upset with Manu.
Here's McGrady for 3. 35 seconds to go. Spurs now lead by 7. Rockets looking for a quick shot. Bowen is all over McGrady. Foul is picked up. Yes. A 4-point play.
Houston.
Barrett can't find anybody. They have no timeouts remaining. Finally gets it in to McGrady. McGrady over Bowen for 3. Yes! Yes! Tracy McGrady. Things difficult for Brett Barry. Gets it in. And then Brown lost it. Here comes McGrady. No timeouts remaining. McGrady for the win. Yes! 1.7 to go. San Antonio with no timeout. Here's Parker and the Rockets steal a game from the Spurs. Tracy McGrady with an incredible performance down the stretch.
That is unbelievable. No wonder an NBA player voted for him as the GOAT on their anonymous poll this season. The player that most people voted the greatest of all time is in our next clip, and it began his ascent to stardom. The year was 1989. Michael Jordan was great, but hadn't quite cemented himself as one of the best, as we know him to be today. The Bulls were the 6th seed facing the 3rd seed Cavaliers, who had beat them in all 6 regular season games, so the Bulls were the heavy underdogs. Fast forward to now, and the Cavs and Bulls were playing an intense game. There had already been 5 lead changes. It was time for MJ to show them what he was made of.
Defended by Harper. 11 seconds to go. In the middle of the floor. Jordan has it. And Jordan puts up a jumper and hits with 6 seconds to go.
That's not the shot. Don't worry.
Answered by Darty. Halo will inbound. He gets it into Nance. Gets the ball back. Drives to the hoop. Lays it in with 3 seconds to go. Here's our story here at Richfield Coliseum. One of these teams will advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals against the New York Knicks. It has been a thrilling game from the start. He looks. He gives to Jordan. Jordan to the circle. Jordan beat him at the buzzer with a jump shot in the circle. And Chicago has knocked off the Cavs.
That shot symbolized the beginning of Jordan's ascent to greatness as a shooter and player. Talk about a 1 in a million moment. A not so amazing shooter was Shaq, so when you see him make this, you can't believe it.
Joe Wolf the inbound, Shaq the catch. He's gonna fire a 3. Yeah!
And Shaq's next shot was so out of character, the announcer accused him of witchcraft.
Shaq has shot free throws very well on the road this year. 13 of 18, 72%. But he has really struggled here at home.
Oh, there you go. Reverse witchcraft. I love it.
And Shaquille's our man tonight.
best.
That's good, huh?
You're absolutely the best.
Shaq was notoriously fouled deliberately to get him to the free throw line because of how terrible he was at free throws. Eventually, the NBA had to make a rule that made it so deliberate fouls gave players one free throw and possession of the ball to prevent hack-a-shacks. You may be hacking the air after you see what's coming up. The quickest buzzer beater of all time, full court shots, and the craziest block in NBA history. But first, check out one of the craziest made shots of all time.
Inbound to Smart. Bounce past Tatum. Tatum puts up a three. Bang! Jason Tatum from downtown. 1.3 remaining. No timeouts left for Philadelphia. No, they say no good. Came after the buzzer. And the Celtics win a thriller. They'll have to check it.
They called that no good? Unreal. The next clip may be even more unreal. The guy guarding Vince Carter in this clip is 7'2", keep in mind.
Bump him a bit, slow him down, which he did, but Payton still goes right at it, misfires. Bonato gets with a sloppy pass. Carter inside! Woo! And the crowd responds to us. It's because the overwhelming favorite, but they love when this stuff happens.
That's why I said now a smile and the energy and the crowd eat out of the palm of your hand. I mean, they just want to love Vince Carter here. This guy has so much talent.
Are you kidding me? He just jumped over a 7-footer to poster dunk on him. Someone order me a poster of that. And you sick people may want a poster of this.
LeBron going downhill, and they say it's off him. And that fan's night has been made. She just wishes she had a camera phone ready for a selfie. But you got to be really quick.
Got to be quick.
But LeBron, always mindful. How about that? She will never wash that hand.
Dang! LeBron better share some with me before he retires. Right, guys? You feel the same, right?
What?
Never mind. Let's pivot and talk about the greatest single performance of all time. Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. Michael Jordan has scored 50 or more points 31 times in his career. Wilt Chamberlain did it 45 times in one season. And that same season, he broke the record for most points in a single game. And 60 years later, it has still yet to be broken. This may even be more rare than 1 in a million. Unfortunately, many of the games were not televised, including this 100-point one, so all the footage you're seeing here are composites. Probably why he's not in the GOAT conversation, but he deserves to be. The second guy in the GOAT conversation reinforced his spot with this. This was Game 7, and the game was on the line for LeBron's 3rd ring. He had to prove to the world that he was better than Steph.
Irving drives, hop step inside, pulls up, misses. Rebound taken by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the... Oh, my goodness.
Great pass by Curry, running hard by Iguodala, and superhuman defensive recovery by LeBron James.
This game brought this legendary speech.
I set out a goal 2 years when I came back to bring a championship to this city. I gave everything that I had. I poured my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this game, and against all odds, I don't know why we want to take the hardest road. I don't know why the man above gives me the hardest road, but it's nothing the man above don't put you in situations that you can't handle. And I just kept that same positive attitude, like instead of saying why me, they're saying this is what he want me to do. And Cleveland, this is for you. Oh!
What a great story. Coming back from a 3-1 deficit to win the finals. If this next clip hadn't gone down the way it did, we could have seen KD go on a miraculous playoff run.
All right, the Nets look at inbound. Jeff Green gets it into Durant. Here is Durant moving on Tucker. He turns, he shoots. Yes! With 1 second remaining. 1 second left. Durant hits a three. And Milwaukee has one timeout. They call for the timeout. What an incredible shot by Kevin Durant.
The Nets went on to lose that game, and the Bucks won the finals that year. Makes you wonder what could have been if his foot was just an inch back. This next clip makes you wonder what would happen if it was even 2/10 less of a second.
A 3 wins the series. It's Lillard. He got the shot off. Lillard, good! And the Blazers win the series for the first time in 14 years!
I've never seen anything like that before. In the modern NBA, we've also never seen anything like this in a single game. We talked about wilt earlier, but Kobe was able to score 81 points in a single game. Here's some of his best moments from that game.
3 consecutive 30-point games.
Kobe reverse layup to score. This game's going. Joe McDonald here in for Joel. Alongside him, trying to move around Motif. Trying to put him up. Finally shoots. Counted into the foul.
Decides to go up with him.
Lakers lead. Oh, great pass. Kobe alone. Slam dunk.
They're all geared for you. But he
Void of all these wrong. Nobody helping right now defensively, so he'll take the fit from Elgin Baylor's Laker record. For 3 again. Yes! Oh, my goodness. I see your point, though. Kobe down the middle. The next one would be the pass. Night at least. Brown for 18 for 20 from the line. And an 81-point game. 55 in the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
What a performance! A guy who consistently performs in other ways is up next. He loves his passing.
Well, trying to get the foul. Oh! Stop. Look at this. Where are you looking? Where are you looking? Oh, my goodness. I mean, that's like beating
in his ball game.
So if he does check in, this place is going to go crazy. Jokic between the wickets.
I mean, say what you want about the two-time MVP, but he can pass. Kawhi doesn't need to pass because he handles it all himself.
Got to be aware of the inbounder here if you're Philly.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? Series! Toronto has won!
I wish my shots bounced like that at the YMCA. He's an amazing player, though. The next player changed the game. Magic Johnson came into the league as one of the tallest guards of all time at 6'9". Silly to say now, but he's the reason that we have people like Luka Doncic able to play guard. But during the 1980 NBA Finals, his coach thought of a 1,000 IQ move. It was Game 6. If they won, they would win the Lakers' first NBA championship since Jerry West. But there was an issue. The MVP of the league that year and their best player, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was injured. So, the coach Paul Westhead devised an ingenious plan. They were going to play the rookie Magic Johnson at center. Here's what happened.
Caldwell Jones with him, and so Magic puts it up at the perimeter. Magic will come down the baseline, and Dawkins tied him up. Starting to come alive. They might have thought it was going to be easy, too. Oh, the rolling.
He's their best defensive player, and that's a key.
Nixon missing, and it was Magic underneath. We'll talk to Magic Johnson. There it is, it's over, and the most valuable player is Magic Johnson.
Magic played all 5 positions throughout the game. This was the start of the positionless basketball that we see today. What we don't see often today is teams winning with a plus 2,000 odds of winning the NBA Finals. If you put down $100 on this team in the preseason, you would have won $2,000. This team was the 2011 Dallas Mavericks, and many analysts said discouraging things about them in the preseason, such as John Hollinger, who said that they were more of the same, middle-of-the-pack Western Conference playoff team, and projected them to be 5th in the conference, which is barely making the playoffs. Once they were in the playoffs with the 3rd seed, they were still counted against. First round matchup versus Portland, out of the ESPN and Yahoo analysts, 10-7 favored Portland. Of course, they went on to win. The next round, it was a unanimous 19-0 among analysts that they would lose to the 2 times defending champion Lakers. The Mavericks defied all odds and beat them. In the Western Conference Finals, they played the up-and-coming Oklahoma City Thunder, featuring Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, a real super team by today's standards, and yet they did it again. They spit in the faces of the media and beat them. Finally, the Mavericks reached the finals, where they had to face off against the LeBron-led Miami Heat that also included Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. 70% of the media were picking the Heat to win, and we know what happened. The Dirk Nowitzki-led Mavericks defeated them in 6 games. The Heat went on to win 2 championships. The 2011 Mavericks are considered to be the biggest playoff upset of all time. Talk about a 1 in a million moment. Another extremely rare moment is this next clip, where Magic Johnson borrowed a move from his MVP teammate.
You always have somebody in life that you want to be and you want to compete against. And Larry Bird is the guy.
After dropping Game 3, the Lakers found themselves in a furious struggle for control of the series.
Bird goes around work.
As Game 4 would see 2 living legends locked in the historic game of Can You Top This?
Open his aim. Bird goes for 3.
In the game's final moments, Johnson would find himself not only with the ball, but also with the chance to put an end to the decade's most compelling rivalry.
He didn't shoot it. 5 seconds left. Magic down the middle, just what I thought. A hook shot at 12. Good!
Closing out the series in 6 games, Magic would once again be doused in championship splendor. With one dramatic shot, he had assured himself of his 4th title and of his preeminent place on the list of NBA superstars.
The Lakers won the finals as a result of that shot. Wow, what a buzzer beater. At number 1, you can't beat this buzzer beater, one of my favorite moments of all time.
Playing with LeBron, expected to put his head down and get to the basket.
James weaving, driving, moving, and layup no good. LeBron missed. LeBron missed. He had the shot and he missed.
He was wide open, had the play he wanted. I know LeBron wants that play back. He might have got away with a walk there, but LeBron right at the back.
I think Bron knew he traveled there, so it messed up his shot. But what happens next is unbelievable.
Now there's still a lot of time. Sure there is. 3 seconds, a lot can happen. I would probably put 2 people on LeBron James here.
Right now, Beal is on James. Wall. The lead is 3. Love. LeBron. And got it! Banks it in!
Wow. I told you, Kevin, you got to guard that man. He just hit 3 3-pointers earlier in the game.
That looked like Christian Laettner.
And they ultimately won that game in overtime. You know who else won? Devin Booker, when he dated Kendall Jenner, and J.R. Smith when he dated Rihanna. Want to hear more about NBA players dating NBA fans? Click here.